All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. So let's quickly look at this geometrical construction of engineering graphics and design grade 10. So my brother, sorry for the late reply. I think we've even passed on this one, but however, let's quickly look at it. So you said we must use a scale 1:1 reduction scale. So when you double check here, this ellipse of ours, it has been given in a vertical component. So you have to answer it exactly the way as it is given. Understand? So you don't draw it in a normal horizontal component the way that you and I are convinced to, or the way that you are used to. So this one is given in a vertical component and is supposed to be drawn as such using a scale 1:1. So you know that in terms of 4-center method, we only just need the minor axis and the mirror axis. So from here till here, which is 320, from here till here, which is what? 192. By given this dimension, we can be able to get our ellipse line. So let's start. So I'm going to say, okay, before that, let me quickly just get my horizontal center line, which is this one, as well as the vertical center line, which is going to be this one. So therefore, you are going to be given the starting point. So the starting point, the set is E. So I'm going to say there is my E, where this vertical and horizontal center line of mine are perpendicular to each other is my point E. Okay, so now I can bring my calculator and be like 320 divided by 2, which is the scale, isn't it? I'm getting 160. So I must say, therefore, my answer divide by 2 again. So I'm getting 80. So which means from here going up supposed to be 80, from here till here 80. Understand? So we further divided by the second 2 because of the what? Of this horizontal center line. So we said 320 divided by 2. Then we got 160, isn't it? So the 160 is the, within the 160 there is a horizontal constructional line which is then divided by 2. So I'm going to say 80 this side and 80 this side. Great. So is my 8. This is my 8. So I can just mark it 0 and mark it 160. So there is my 100. So from here till here is 8. From here till here is 8. So that from here till here 160. You understand? So then I can say this is my point A. That one is my point B. You understand? So this is A, E, B. B, E, A. All together. Then from there, the middle axis, so I'm going to say 192 divided by 2, which is the scale, isn't it? I'm getting 96. Therefore, 96 divided by 2, I'm getting 48. So 192 divided by 2, which is the scale, isn't it? I am getting what? 96. Therefore 96 divided by 2, which is the center. So 48 this side and 48 this other side. This is 49. There's my 48. So 48. So I just mark it 0 and mark it what? At 96. This is 95, 96, which is this one. So I have A, B, C and D. And D. Isn't it? Then from there, what I can do now, I can just simply take my drawing compass, place it at what? At point E. The point E that is given. Further extend it to what? Let me get the exact point. First get the exact point. So place it here. Further extend to point E. Point A. This is my A. This is point A. This is point A. Then from there, I'll just strike an arc coming like this, faint, like this. Then once I stop my line of DEC, which is the horizontal line, I can stop there. So I can come back to get an exit point. Get an exit point here. Because do you see that I don't have a point here? So just get an exit point like this. Then I'll then indicate by an arrow to say I got this arc going this direction altogether. So I'm going to say that is CDE, small letter E. So now take my drawing compass, place it at point D, further extend it toward, not my drawing, my 30mm ruler joining D and A. I'm now used to draw this. Join D and A, faint like this. Then after I've joined the D and A, take my drawing compass, place it at point D to E. D to E, which is this one. Then I can strike an arc that's gonna go like this. Like this. So once it touches the line of AD, I can what? Just indicate by an arrow to say I got this arc coming this side, so that when I'm practicing later, I'll know that okay, this arc was being struck going this direction. Okay, so now that's going to be my point F. Right, now take my drawing compass, place it at point F, further extend it toward to point A. A to F. This is A. This is A. Then I'll just come and strike an arc here. So this arc of mine, I'll just make it a little bit long like this. And also strike an arc on my fourth quadrant, if I may call them like that. Because this could be my first, my second, my third, my fourth quadrant. Understand? So place the drawing compass at F to A, then strike an arc here, strike an arc here. So you can actually see my arcs, they are a little bit long, isn't it? They're a little bit long. From there, come and place it at A, further extend it to F. This is it. Then bisect this arc and bisect that arc. That's it. Then from there, this one I can give it a name as Roman figure 1. This one, Roman figure 2. You understand? Okay. So if your arcs are terribly long, you can erase them just a little bit, or you can just leave them like this as long as they are faint enough. Now take a 30mm ruler, join your Roman figure point. So where these are bisecting each other, that's my point. That's going to be a point there. That's going to be a point there. So now I can join them by spoiling your work now. Using what? My 30mm ruler, Roman figure 1 with Roman figure 2. So that goes faint, constructional line. So don't just stop here. Let it pass up to, it crosses your horizontal center line, isn't it? So the time you're joining Roman figure 1 and Roman figure 2, your vertical center line was cutted as well as your horizontal line was cutted. So that's going to give me point what? The first one that was cutted is point, I'll give it a name as point 1. There's 0.1, which is that one. So the second one, which is going to be 0.2. You understand? So now to get 0.3, can simply place my drawing compass at point E, the starting point, the one that is given, further extend it to 0.1. This is 0.1. This is it. Then I'll reflect 0.1 through my horizontal center line. It's up to me whether I can strike an arc or I don't just strike an arc. It's up to you. You understand? If I'm saying strike an arc, you can literally draw faint constructional line like this. You understand? Or even if you don't draw, you just place it at E to 1, then you come just mark here, still on the same thing. But should you strike an arc, draw a line like this, indicate by an arrow to say this was going this direction. So what I've done this side, you can still do it on the other side. It's still on the same thing. Understand? So that one is going to give you 0.3. That's going to be 0.3. Okay. So now I can join 0.2 with 0.3. 0.2 with 0.3. But then further extend your constructional line. Further extend them. Let them pass your 0.3. Don't just stop here. Faint, remember, as a constructional line. So just let it pass. Okay. So now get 0.4, which is 1, 2, 3. We have to get 0.4. So 0.4 is going to be the true reflectional point of 0.2 through your vertical center line, isn't it? By making use of what? Of your point E. Place it at your point E. Further extend it to 0.2. There's our 0.2. Just this one. So I can strike an arc or you just reflect. Should you strike an arc like this, then you can indicate by an arrow to say, this one I got it, I was actually going this direction. You understand? So once it touches your horizontal line, that's giving you the point that you're actually desperate for, which is 0.4. So using 4 center method, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why they're saying construct an ellipse using the 4 center method. These are the points that they are talking about. So your work's supposed to be dimensioned like this. You understand? So then if it's not dimensioned, they are not going, of course they are not going to penalize you unless they specify to say put constructional line with their own dimensional points. Okay, so now let's construct, because we haven't started to draw the ellipse. We're just constructing the lines of drawing the ellipse. So we've even started drawing the ellipse. So now let's draw it. So we're going to use an alphabet with a number, alphabet with a number, alphabet with a number. You understand? So if I'm saying with a number, which is what? Which is 4 and A, and a 3 and a P, a 2 and a D, a 4 and a C. There is a one more line that is remaining. Remember, we join this one 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Remember, we just got 0.4. Now join 3 to 4, which is going to be something like this. Look at the nature of my constructional line. They overlap. They always overlap, isn't it? So this is the 3 to 4, then 4 back to 0.1. 4 back to 0.1. How do you draw a constructional line? You hold your pencil at the end like this, then you pull. When you're drawing, you pull. Okay, so now let's now construct it then. We've gotten all the constructional line. Let's start to get the solution. Place it at 0.1, further extend it to point A. Close a little bit. So now I'm gonna have this one solid. A to 1. Have this one solid. So on the line of Roman figure 1 and Roman figure 2, I can stop there. So it's the one that is guiding me where to stop. You understand? So this other side on the line of the time I was joining two, point 4 back to 1. That's where I'm gonna stop. That's where I'm gonna stop. So drawing them solid now. Solid now. Draw them solid. Okay. So now I'll do the same thing even on this other side by placing it at point 3, further extended to point B. Be careful, just a little bit. So there it goes. Have it dark. It goes. So on the line of 2 and the 3, that's where I'm going to stop. On the line of 3 and the 4, that's where I'm going to stop. This is what I have now. So, okay. So now to close this other side. So now you know this one. I must use point 4 with C. Point 4 with C. Just a little bit. So there it goes. So this is 4 and C, and I must double check whether is it closing nicely or what. Then just a little bit back here. This is C. Then now I can have it dark. Have it dark. So I'll explain this one later. So now, should you get your ellipse like this? Should you get your ellipse like this? So try to adjust your point, especially at your point 4. But make it a point that you don't miss your ellipses to touch exactly point C. Because what normally causes this, which means I've been not accurate, especially with my points. So I've been not placing exactly on the point. Understand? So try by all means to work around in terms of avoiding this. So this is not, you're going to lose a mark because there is a mark here. Your teacher is going to double check whether from D to C is this line of yours passing exactly there. Does it connect there? Is it at B there? Does it connect here? Does it connect here? Does it connect here? Is it at C here? Is it at D here? So that's what they are checking. So if you come across with such kind of a problem, work very close or double check your point 4. So because the point 4 is the one that is going to affect. Remember how to do point 4, which means the point 4, the time you were reflecting point 2 through your vertical, you didn't place it exactly at point E. Because from E to 2 must be the same as E to 4. And the point 2, how did you go to point 2? By getting what Roman figure 1 and Roman figure 2. That's when you go to point 2. So in case this point 2 is also a little bit out of order, just a little bit, is the combination of those two, they will then affect the next point. Understand? So if one point you are missing it just a little bit, the second point is going to be affected. If I'm saying Roman figure 1 and Roman figure 2, how did you get them? By placing it F to E. Understand? At F to A, not E. F to A. So should you place it not exactly on top, just maybe somewhere here? So do you see that smaller inch is going to affect the Roman figures, and Roman figures affecting point 1 and 2. And once 1 and 2 they are affected by Roman figures, they're gonna affect 3 and 4. So the time you have your 3 and 4, now you want to close, that's when you're gonna get something of this nature. So try by all means to not get the how by playing around your point 4. But what you know is that point 4 is along my horizontal center line, isn't it? So you have to play around it to say if it's here, does it close? So which means I must close it a little bit or just go back a little bit. Yes, you can see that I have to close it a little bit, just close it a little bit, just very small. Understand? So from here till there, you understand? So try to avoid such kind of problem. You understand? Okay, now to close this other side, I'm going to use 0.2 with D. 0.2 with D. This is it. So before I draw, I double check, does it come? So you can actually see this one is correct. You see it's exactly at 0.2, further exactly to point D. Now I can draw. Before I draw, I will then double check. You see. So if it's not closing, it's behaving like this one. Just play around after, play around with your 0.4. Okay, so now this is it for a vertical component, isn't it? So now what do we have? We are having a diameter of a 90, but remember using a scale. So I'm going to say 90 divided by 4 by 4. So I'm getting 22.5. So I can open my drawing compass to 22.5. Let me explain why am I saying 4. Or you can still use the same method of what? Of 90 divided by 2. I'm getting what? 45. So the first 2 is what? Is the one that is according to a scale, isn't it? Divided to a scale. So I'm getting 45. And this 45 is still a diameter. So which means I must say, therefore, my answer, which is 44, divide by 2 now. So that I'll be getting what? Radius, which is what? 22.5. 22.5. This is 21.5. This is 22.5. This is 22.5. That's it. Then from there, this is geometrical construction. You are drawing this exactly the way you see it. So please, you draw it exactly the way you see it. So this one, we don't see it as a what? We see it as PCD. So this is it. Then from there, I can now just get the diagonal square. On this one, there is no any problem of using your 45 degrees, because you are told that you can just join this one with that, this one with that, this one with that, this one with that. So inside, what do you have? You are having what? A diameter. This one is diameter. Okay, so the inner one, the diameter 90 is the one that is solid. Okay, it's the inner one. So the outer one is diameter, yes, I got to it. So is 128 divided by 2, which is 64, which is diameter 64. 64 divided by what? Divide by 2 again. It's 32. So I have to open my drawing compass to 32. So the one that is in PCD is actually this radius, is this one of radius 32. 31, 32. This one. So come and place it here. This one. Okay, so the inner one, which is diameter 90, is this one. That's supposed to be solid. So it's not a problem. Just come and have it solid. Have it solid. Just like this. There's not even a single need of an eraser. Okay, so now I can then have this one solid. From here till there, touching the circumference. Joining this one with that, automatically it's going to touch the circumference. Solid like this. From here to there. So it like that from here till there. So like this. That's a diagonal square. Okay, so we've already gotten it. So now we have to get this smaller diameters, this one. So which means we have to get their centers, the vertical centers first. So we're going to say 260 divided by 2, we're getting 130. However, it's still a diameter, isn't it? So 130 divided by 2 because of the center. So 65 this side, 65 this other side. Do it from point E. 65, this is 65. So I mark it 130 and at 0. Then from there, I can just get the what now? The horizontal center line. So I'll just make it a little bit short, this one. But should you draw them long, you are not going to be penalized. You understand? Then from there, the set diameter 40. So now, if I'm saying 40 divided by 2, I'm getting 20, isn't it? So 20 divided by 2, I'm getting 10, isn't it? 20 divided by 2, I'm getting 10. So open your drawing compass to 10 millimeter. Understand? But then should you have this tensor ruler, you can simply select a diameter 20 here. Still on the same thing. This diameter 40 also is going to be diameter 20, which is this one. So there you go. I1 and this one 1920. There you go. So that's it. That is it. Then we're done. So from here till here, try by all means to make it exactly the same, exactly the way you see it. This is geometrical construction. Exactly. If I'm saying exactly, you will see a learner drawing this one as dark or as constructional line. You understand? So it's not okay, guys. You have to draw it exactly the way you see it. Alright, bye, thank you guys. That was Mr. Nkosi for engineering, graphics and design. So see you on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video you are watching at that particular time. Subscribe, like and share. Okay, bye, thank you. See you on the next video. Okay.